Okay, I'm waiting for you guys to join. So when you guys join, we'll start. Mm-mm-mm. If you are here, join. If you are here, join. If you are here, join. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Good evening. You can see me now. Okay. I was looking at. I think you were the one that commented. Were you the one that commented in the group, in the closed group? Ubebe Nadia, are you the one that commented you couldn't see me? Let me know. If you are just joining, just say I'm here in the comment. Just say I am here and begin to share it to people you know that will benefit, so that we'll have a good discussion that will help you and help everyone. So if you're just coming for the first time and you're just seeing this, this is our day one on the free coaching of how to secure admission and scholarship abroad. So if you're here for the first time, drop your comment. You are here. Just say, I am here. I want to make sure that I'm communicating with people. I can only see two people here with me, and I'm only seeing one comment. So if you're here with me, I'm trying to give others time to join. We will soon be starting. We will soon be starting. So I'm giving others time to join. I am giving others some time to join. Thank you. Others should join. Oh, thank you, Nadia. I can see you. If you are just joining us, let's know that you are just joining us. You need to drop a comment before we start. Drop a comment. Drop a comment. Drop a comment. Drop a comment. and begin to share it to those that need it. So we are two here. Who else am I seeing? Let me see. So even if it's only you that commented, I think I would be starting very soon. That means it's you that the thing is important to. And another thing is, if you are here, you're not subscribed, you can't ask me questions because I set this. If you look at the comment section, you know that I set it to only subscribers alone because that's the only way you can support me in this by being. No, I sent the link. The link to the closed group is for accountability. If you watched the videos I made about this free coaching, you understand that I said I'm going to create a group for accountability that I will use and follow you people up after this coaching. That anybody that is not in that accountability group, I owe the person nothing. So that is the if you're in the accountability group, that's after this, it means that after this today's coaching that you asked me question, you are still free to ask questions in the group. But the only thing is that in the group, I will answer the question at my convenience. So that's what the accountability group is for. This live stream is for people that joined the WhatsApp channel that are going for admission and scholarship abroad for masters and PhD. I'm taking masters and PhD today and tomorrow because we can't exhaust what we have for masters and PhD in one day. It is not even possible. This is a coaching I do for 30 days. So obviously there is no way we can exhaust it in one day. That's why I put it for 2 days, and it's going to be very extensive because I want to give it out in a way that somebody somewhere tomorrow will remember that their journey came to fulfillment because they joined this coaching, because that's my desire. If not, I don't think I will be here to waste my time without wanting to achieve anything. So because of that, that's why I am taking this. So if I've answered your question about I didn't use the link I sent, this is it means you did not watch the previous videos following today's coaching, because it was very clear what I said in that video. I said you join the WhatsApp channel. The WhatsApp channel is where you're going to get the link for the free coaching. Then the accountability group, which is a closed group, is where after today and tomorrow, you will still be able to ask questions and also have those that have the same vision with you, that when you drop question, if they understand more than you, they can answer you. But if I come and see that they've not answered the question well, I will also be able to answer the question. That's what the group was for. So anybody that is not in that group, I do not owe them anything after today and tomorrow. And anybody that is not in the WhatsApp group cannot join this live session now because they will not get the link, because this particular live session was private before I made it public now. So that's for that for today. Before I start, if you want me to start, or I will tell, just write start in the comment. If you want me to still give others like 5 minutes to join, you just write 5 minutes so that we'll be at the same page. And when I'm taking questions, I can take everybody's questions at the same time, because I don't want at the end of the day, when I finish, somebody saying you did not say this, when is that the person came late. So let me see your comments. If you say I should start, I will start. But if you say let's give them benefit of the doubt, okay, we will give them benefit of the doubt. Because I don't know how our people, oh God, things are really, I don't know how they understand things. All the explanations I make, I don't know how they understand it. Jesus. Mm. I don't know. Should we start? Should we start? Start. Okay. We're going to be starting now because I think you've paid your price. So anybody that is not here today, I don't think it's your fault that they came late, because this is something that was it was announced like days and days and days. So anybody that is not here today, it is their own fault. And let me tell you, you will start hearing after today. You will start hearing, I did not hear, or I didn't know. Oh God, I'm tired of many people on the online space, and I think the best thing is to start now. So I'm going to be starting in this coaching now. I'm going to take it step by step so that you understand it. Keep your pen and paper ready that you will use and ask question. And my desire here is that you get what you want or what you have desired, because that's exactly the reason why I am here today. So, having said that, I think I will move to the next one, which is what the reason we are here today. And the reason we are here today is what? For this to what? Progress. We are going to what? Day one of today, we're going to be building a solid foundation for a strong application. At any point, if you are not seeing me, please just make sure that you drop a question, or you will just say, I am not seeing you, or I am not hearing you in the comment, so that I will see that you are not hearing me, okay? I don't want to be talking to myself and nobody is hearing me. So please, at any point, if you do not hear me, just drop it in the comment and say, oh, I am not hearing you, and I will take note of that and come back. So today, what we're going to be building from today, because today is day one, the solid foundation for a strong application. And I will start by the way of introduction. My name is Dr. Chigozie. I had my MBBS, Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery in Nigeria, and I had my master's in Canada. And what I'm saying, I have secured scholarship over and over again, and I've also helped others in their application and they secured scholarship. So today, while you are here joining me, I want you to share one word describing your scholarship dream. I want to see it in the comment section, because this is the one word that will carry you through in this journey. So drop that one word that you want about your scholarship, admission and scholarship dream in the country of your choice. I want you to drop it in the comment section. I want to buy into your dream as well to encourage you. So when I say drop the comment, please do well to drop the comment, because that is what we are going to be working with. So drop that one comment in the comment section that says, share one word describing your scholarship dream. I really need you to share that word, because it will be very, very important and very fascinating for us. So let's start. So moving, I've not gotten a word. I need that one word. I need it. So let's continue to the next one. That word of what your scholarship dream is. That word of what your scholarship dream is. So you need to do what? You need to show that. I need that word of what your scholarship dream is. Good. Determination, Annette Joseph, determination. That's very good. That you are really determined about it. So now I'm going to start with explaining what scholarships are, so that you understand the types of scholarship and their requirements. There are full scholarship, there are partial scholarships, and there are government scholarship versus what? University-based scholarship and private scholarships. And there are eligibility criteria for masters and PhD. And I'm going to explain this step by step. The full scholarship are two types of full scholarship. The full scholarship that requires the university or the funding body to pay both for your flight ticket, your admission, everything about you, including the money you used to write IELTS. That type of scholarship is a full scholarship. But one bad thing about such scholarship, it requires that once you are done in that country, you must leave the country immediately you graduate, and you must stay outside of that country for at least 2 years before you can come back to that country. That's one disadvantage of that kind of full scholarship. Then there is another form of full scholarship that covers both your admission, your school fees, and even they will be giving you stipend. In Canada, you may be getting as high as $500 per every 2 weeks or per week. So either way, this is also a full scholarship. But in this type of full scholarship, you are not required to go back to your home country after your studies. It means you can apply for your post-graduation work permit, and you can remain in that country after your post-graduation work permit if you meet all their criteria to become a permanent resident or a green card holder. That is going to work. Then the government versus university-based scholarship. The government type of scholarship is the one that the government is funding you, and there is a reason they are funding you. And this comes in for some lecturers that the government will want to fund and tell them, okay, go and study and come back. That's another form of scholarship. And there are also some of these scholarships that the government of these different countries release and give people scholarship, and people come and study in their country. There are also university-based scholarship, which is the most important aspect that I want to deal with. This is what I got, the university-based scholarship. There are the university-based scholarship and the private-based scholarship. The private scholarship is that in the universities, there are some lecturers that they got funding, they have funding, they have a project they're working on, and they've received funding. And this funding they have received, they are looking for students to work with them. So it means when you send this kind of lecturer or a professor a message saying, please, are you able to supervise me? It means that this lecturer is going to do what? Check the funding they have and check the number of students they want to take. And if they get the number of students they want to take, they've not reached that quota, they are likely going to tell you, okay, yes, I can take you as my student. And that's when they will tell you, okay, submit your CV or submit your proposal or submit whatever they want from you before they decide whether they are going to work with you or not. That's for that. Then the university based is, in some of these, there are what is called university based funding. Is that kind of funding that before you even get admission in that university, they have a funding down. There are some courses in some universities that before they give you admission, it's like an unwritten rule. There must be funding for you. So at least that funding should be able to pay for your school fees totally. Like there will not be anything like you are struggling to pay for school fees. So that kind of funding is university-based funding. And the beautiful thing is you can have both the university-based funding and you can also have the lecturer-based, which is like the private funding. So you can have the two. I got the two. So, and it means like you having these two, but one thing with the private-based funding, there are a number of months or there are a number of times that the supervisor can fund you. For those that come to school and they do not focus on what they are doing, if you begin to overstay the number of years you're supposed to stay, there is likelihood that the supervisor may withdraw their funding and you may not have it again. And there is also, for the university-based funding, if your CGPA is not meeting the criteria they put out for it, there is also the likelihood that they may withdraw their funding. So these are the things you need to know when you are coming to study abroad, that there are criteria for everything. And these eligibility criteria, you must meet it. Understand that the way they calculate CGPA abroad is over 4, but we in Africa, most of our universities calculate over 5. So when they say you have to have a minimum CGPA of 2.5, that's actually 3.5, because that's what puts you at 2.1. But for those of us that had 2.2, that is not death sentence, and that's not the end of life. I've had a student with a third class that got scholarships, not even one. She got 2 in US and got one in United Kingdom. So if you have the two, don't let that not discourage you first. We are going down, we are building on what we have so that you will not get discouraged at any point as we move in this journey. So this is what I have explained this on based on the scholarship so that we can move on to the next one that we have, which is what choosing the right program and the country. So when you are choosing the right program and country, you have to understand your academic background. And understanding your academic background means you're going to align your academic background with your future goals. Then there are some countries that have high opportunity countries for scholarships. These high opportunity countries for scholarship are mostly European countries, Canada, United States. UK does not even have as much funding as some parts of Europe like Germany, Finland, Ireland. So most times when people are rushing to UK, I usually ask, does these people really have enough scholarship for everyone? You can actually try Poland, other European countries, Finland, New Zealand. In fact, now New Zealand even wants more people to come into their country. So if you have the wherewithal to get scholarship there, and their currencies are good, their system is also good. Luxembourg. In fact, at a point, I was an ambassador for University of Luxembourg, their School of Business Management. And many people then got admission and even scholarship. So from their home country, that's the thing. Because some people may think, oh, it's because you're abroad. No, mine, I got it even while in Nigeria. And I usually tell people that the first interview I had, I ran inside the toilet because I was at work to do that interview for that scholarship. So understand the program requirement, and that's what you will do. You will need to go to the school website to understand the program you want to apply for. What are the requirements? The requirements, if you meet the requirements, you begin to do what you contact supervisors in that. Then getting strong letters of recommendation play a major role in helping you to secure admission. And this is where I come and I tell people, who do you ask for references or recommendation? You will have to be sure that whoever you are asking for reference or recommendation is somebody that will be able to say something good about you. Each and every one of us know that one teacher or that one lecturer or that one professor that doesn't like us. And I don't know the reason why some people will go as far as going to ask them for recommendation letters. Even though some people you may think they like you also, may not be willing to give you. In fact, I remember asking somebody for reference letter. The person said he was going to write, and he never did. So you have to weigh all these things. Have someone on standby in case one is disappointing. You just move to the other person. One beautiful thing about abroad is if you send in a reference that not answering the school, you can request and tell the school that you want to change that referee, and they will simply allow you change the referee. So when you're telling your referee to write a reference for you, guide your referee for a strong reference letter. I usually give some of my students some samples. The thing is this: let there be a strong reference letter from your referee, because what is in that reference letter is going to determine how strong your application is going to be in getting funding. So what makes a recommendation letter stand out? They have to talk about your personality, they have to talk about your academic background, they have to talk about your ability in critical thinking and analytical thinking. They have to talk about your research potentials. So there are many things that they need to put out in that recommendation letter that can make your recommendation letter, even when your result is 2-2, your recommendation letter can speak, because there are many things that can make somebody have low grade. If even some schools, when you're applying, they will ask you, is there anything that made you while you were in school to have a low grade? So you can give them that reason, and trust me, that reason may even help you get scholarship, because they understand. One beautiful thing about abroad is they understand. But let there be other things that can help you stand out, even when you have 2-2, so that you will not be saying, oh, it's because of this 2-2. No, if you have your volunteer experiences, strong reference, work even the reference from your work environment, and you have also gathered other certification, maybe on Coursera, or you did online courses that have certifications, those are also going to what help you stand out. Then crafting a winning statement of purpose is another thing. So the way you structure your SOP, I'm going to use this hook, background, goals, and fit to explain how to craft your SOP. The thing is this, the hook is, what are you using to hold this person that picked up your SOP? Most times when I'm starting an SOP, I usually want to let the person know that I am not just anybody applying. So I flag my CGPA. I usually say I am so person with a CGPA of this, because my CGPA is almost very high. Like, my CGPA is very high. If you're doing it over 4, I have 3.6 plus. So that's to tell you that the CG. So I want to flag my CGPA in front of the person, so that when they are looking at it, they will be like, oh, that's already getting their attention. But if I notice that my CGPA is not high, I'm not going to use that as my hook. So what will I use as my hook? If I have done several volunteering, or I have done something significant, or there is an NGO I formed, or there is something I did that is very significant that can catch somebody's attention, I'm going to use it as my first paragraph, so that I will just say, so I am so person who found this is the president of so. Let there be something that is hooking the person there. Then before you now give your background, and your background will have to be your academic background, your work background, and your goals. I remember when I was writing about my goals, I remember saying, in 5 years time, I want to be able to reproduce what I have been taught, either by teaching others, becoming a lecturer, or finding myself in the entrepreneurial space. Let there be something you are looking at, and make sure that if there are criteria for that application you are making, maybe because they have something they want you to do about the funding, make sure that whatever you are writing, you coin it in a way that it will fit into that funding that is available. There are mistakes to avoid. I have read someone's SOP, and the only thing the person was just saying is, the person was talking about their background, how poor they are, how they can't afford 3 square meal. If I am the person that saw that kind of SOP, trust me, I will not take you, because you're going to be a burden to me. So it means you can't even find your way out of your problem. The thing is this, what they are looking out for is somebody that have the ability to solve problems. You know that you people are poor. So what are you doing to come out of the poverty? So you can, if you even want to say things like that, you can come from the aspect, my parents could not afford to send me to school, but I did so thing. I hoped, I did this. Let them see that your ability to solve those problems, because I have been able to do this. I was able to go through school, and this is even one of the reasons that made me have a tutu. But now I want to study abroad, and getting a scholarship will help me be more focused in getting it. That's when you are making sense. You can't come and just dump all your problems on the person. Is the person your parent? So when you are writing SOP, make sure that you are not dumping things that are not necessary in your SOP. Then breakdown of your sample win, like life breakdown of a sample winning SOP. There is a video I made on that. I'm going to put it in the description box of this live. After this live, I will add that link to it. You can see it, and it has sample of an SOP, so that you can actually wine your own in it based on your experience, because I wrote based on my experience. I think you should do that. And what's the action I want you to do before our meeting tomorrow? I want you to do a rough draft. If you are able to do that rough draft and send it to my email, trust me, I will give you a review. And I'm only going to do that for those that are able to submit it between now and tomorrow. I know this is night, but tomorrow is night. So you have over 24 hours to do what? To draft something and send. If I see it in my email before tomorrow's session, trust me, I am going to review it. So I hope you are following, because I want to see that everybody is following and you are getting what I am saying. Please Let it not be that you are just here and you are not following. I don't want to be talking to just myself. I hope you are following. Please, if you're following, just write yes in the comment section so that I will know that somebody is following me, that I'm not just talking to myself, please. If you're following, please just write yes. Are you following? If you're following, write yes so that I'll be sure you are following, that I'm not just talking to myself, please. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Nadia, for dropping that. So we continue so that I am very sure somebody is following me as we continue. So we've talked about the crafting and that rough draft. If you're able to send it, I will review it. So getting strong letters of recommendation, we've talked about it. Then today you're going to have the opportunity to actually ask me questions, and I'm going to do what? Answer it. Where did we stop? Yeah, we've talked about this, we've talked this, we've talked this. I think I missed where we are. Who to ask, guiding your referee. Yeah, we've talked about this. So now is real-time questions that I need you to ask me, and you're going to ask me these questions so that I will, from your questions, I can also continue what I am. I want to give you opportunity so that I will not just be dumping on you. So from what I have explained so far, I want you to ask me questions. And also remember that today you're going to do what? Do what they call what? Your rough sketch of SOP, and send it to me. This is something I am offering those that are in this life free of charge. On a normal day, I don't have time for that. But if you're able to do a rough sketch of your SOP based on what I have said, I will review it and get it back to you. And also, when I talked about the program that you want to go for, you can shortlist 3 programs you have in mind that you want to go for. And that 3 program is what I want. When you are sending me an email or your SOP, just write that 3 programs and give me details of your academic background so that I can guide you and say, out of these 3 programs, this one will be the best one that is likely to get you a scholarship and funding. These are things I will do for the people that join me in this live session. So right now, I'm going to take questions. In the next 2-3 minutes, please drop your questions while I continue so that I will finish on time, because I have my paid coaching. The paid coaching, I do it on everything I have said here and more. But in my paid coaching, I share sample documents of everything. I will teach you how to get an IELTS waiver with evidence. Then I'll give you a list of schools and scholarships in 4 different countries, at least 10 schools in 4 different countries: UK, Australia, Canada, and US. Then I do not just stop there. My paid coaching requires that I hold your hand until you land in the country of your choice. This and lots more are the things I do in my paid coaching. So, but this one I am giving out free today. I'm giving it out free because a lot of people have said, Mama, please, even if it's a free session, but don't give us documents, don't hold our hands. So that's why I am doing this free session now. And with this free session, I am going to stop sharing my screen and I will take your questions. And after taking your questions, tomorrow we are going to be digging deeper. This is just an introduction that we did today. So tomorrow we're going to be digging deeper into what we have. And in that tomorrow, it is going to be packed with so many things that you yourself will actually be happy that you are part of it. So please ask your questions. Ask your questions before we continue. That's why I removed them. Ask your questions so that you will not be distracted. I want everybody to see that, okay. Ask your questions, please. Ask your questions. Are you with me here? Ask your questions, please. If you don't have any question, just put it in the comment that you don't have any question so that we know that you don't have any question. Am I with people here? Just type it and put it in the comment. Or and if you don't have any question, just put that you don't have. Okay. What if you don't have a referee? No, there is nothing like you don't have a referee. You must have a referee. You went to the university, see who your referee is likely going to be. Your referee is likely going to be either your lecturer. Some schools accept your priest, but some school, one of my students got admission in the US, but the school is actually a Catholic school, and they requested that she get a reference from her priest back home. And if you are not a Catholic, you can get from your pastor. So some schools are like that. But the thing is this, you must have an academic reference or a work reference. So if you're not getting from your lecturer in school or you're not getting from your professor in school, you should be getting from your workplace. Because some people will say, okay, did I graduated since 15 years ago. I had a bank manager that went through my training that said she left school over 15 years ago. So the thing, in that kind of situation, the person that you're going to get reference from is either your work from your workplace, or you trace who supervised you while you were in school. If the person is late, it means you can just get from your workplace. That's the truth, because me, what I do is every reference, I trace who supervised me as an undergraduate. There is no way every other person, even if every other person forgets me, the person that supervised me for almost 1 year project will not forget me. That's one beautiful thing about it. So that's one thing I tell people. When you are in school, make sure you have a good relationship with at least 1, 2, 3 lecturers, so that when you need their help, there is always somebody that you can call. No, you don't meet them. You write them email, or you can meet them if you have the opportunity to meet them. Like right now, if I need a referee, there is no way I can come to Nigeria. What I do is I go on LinkedIn and look for my lecturers and send them LinkedIn messages and request, okay, please, I want you to write a referee for me. Let me have your email. And they send me their email on LinkedIn, and I send them a message via email telling them, okay, this school is going to send you a message for referee. Please respond to them. See, one thing about abroad is this: you will not have access to that reference letter he's going to send. See how they do it. You are going to get the person's email, the person's position, whether professor, the school, that's the address of where they work. You have to get it and submit to the school abroad. So the school abroad are going to contact them directly. So there is nothing like anything shady. It is not feasible abroad, because you will not have access to whatever that lecturer is sending. And that's why, if you followed me when I was teaching, I said make sure that whoever you are meeting is somebody that has something good to say about you. Because I've heard where someone sent a referee that cost somebody their admission and scholarship. So be careful. Make sure that, yes, we may not know the people that do not like us, even though everybody is smiling. But to an extent, you should know. In fact, there is what they call human instinct should tell you that if I meet this person, I am likely going to get this. If I meet this person, if it's neither here nor there. So if that's your case, my question would be, please make sure that whoever you are meeting to give you a reference for anything abroad, including visa application, make sure that it is somebody you can count on, that the person will not just say anything that will put you there, that will put you in the harm's way. Because somebody saying, okay, I know Ubebe Nadia, she used to be a satisfactory student. That doesn't make you stand out. But if somebody could stand their ground and say, I know Ubebe Nadia, she's an outstanding student whose critical analysis is on the high side, scoring above 75, that's more like it. So when somebody is actually saying this about you, if I am seeing, if I'm the one reviewing it and I'm the supervisor that want to choose, when I see that, I will say, okay, the truth is most lecturers have been tested and trusted. So when they see a colleague writing such a thing, they'll be like, oh, it means this is a good student. Nobody wants anybody that will stress them. Let me give you an example. When I was applying, I wrote some professors, and one was like, what caught the person's attention was when I said I can work well under minimal supervision. Nobody wants stress. So for the fact the person felt I said I could work well under minimal supervision, that was what caught his attention. He didn't want anybody that would be disturbing him every minute of the day, saying, oh, you need to do this in my research, you need to do this. And that's the truth. I can work well under minimal supervision. Writing my research, 1 month can pass. I've never contacted my supervisor because I know what to do per time. And that's why I tell people, work on yourself. Self-development. Most of us do not understand the concept of self-development. Before I traveled out, while in Nigeria, I was taking courses abroad. So that also has wired my mindset to understand to an extent this is what the system is like. And the truth is, you can't function in a system you do not understand. First of all, you will need to understand what you want to do and why you want to get to where you want to get to. That is one thing that will help you as an individual, even when you want to thrive abroad. Because your application, learn to do it yourself. I usually tell people these are things you can do for yourself. I did mine myself. Nobody did it for me. And I've taught many people to do it for themselves, and they have succeeded. But the truth is, some people are not just ready to apply themselves. And that's why when I look at when somebody say I cannot do it, the truth is you can do it. You just decided not to do it. When I was making my application, I had a set of twins that were barely 6 months. So you can see how tedious it was. But then I was doing it myself. So that somebody had not done anything is that the pain is not yet much for you to do that thing. Until you get to that level where the pain is way too much and you really want to achieve your aim, trust me, you can sit down and do this application in 1 week and you will succeed. It's a mindset thing. Some of us need rewiring of our mindset. And again, some people are not even ready to pay a dime and they want to travel abroad. How do you want to do it? Applying for schools abroad requires what? Payment. There's what they call application fee. If you do not have application fee, there is no way you can even apply to the schools. Then there is a place for application fee waiver, but you must have data and be able to write a good email for somebody to look at you or for somebody to listen to you and say, okay, application fee waiver, let me see if I can waive this application for this person. But we are not even ready to try. Some of us are not ready to try. If you're here and you have questions, drop it in the comment section. This is our question section. If you're coming in late, because I'm seeing 6 views now, and okay, it has dropped back to 2, because if you're not able to ask your question, I think the live session, once it ends, I can only answer the ones I'm able to answer. Okay, 3 programs is this. If you did, you're going for master's or PhD first, type the one you want to go for so that I can know how to answer your question. Do you want to go for a master's or PhD? So it depends on what you want to go for. When I mean program, the program means the courses you want to study. When they say you can study pub admin, accounting, computer science. So for you to say, I want to go for a master's in accounting or biz admin or computer science, I want to know your background. What did you study in your first degree? What's your CGPA? What have you done for volunteering? What work are you currently doing? If I put all these together and I will look at the 3 courses you stated, that's the 3 programs you stated I want to go for a master's in, that's going to help me to guide you and say, okay, based on your background, this course is what you can go for. And you have a high chance of securing scholarship. Because the truth is what, there are research interests that have high chances of securing scholarship. And I'm saying it to anybody listening to me today. If you want to leave your country by this time next year, you should have gotten your visa. You know how you're going to do it. Start now to start applying. Most admissions opened today. Yes, most admit application for admission opened this August, and many opened today, especially for those going for sciences. Most applications opened today, and most of them will be ending September 15th. So that's why I chose to do this training this time, so that a lot of people can leverage this opportunity, write professors, get their applications submitted, and wait for application for admission. And once your admission comes out, because by December, November, December, most admissions will come out. By January, I remember my own, then I got my admission by February. By January, February, at most March, all admissions for next year, September, will be out. It is some schools that may delay their own till maybe April, May, but mostly by March, April, everything is fine. So if you are having or envisaging to travel by next year, I think after our coaching tomorrow session, what you need to do is to do what? To start your application immediately, so that you meet up, except you want to do it next 2 years. Either way. But I always tell people 75% of scholarships usually come by September application. So by September next year, those applying now are likely going to get more scholarship than those that will apply by January, applying for the May batch. Why am I saying May batch? There are 3 admissions every year, but not every course take these 3 admissions. They have the fall admission, the winter admission, and they have the that's the one that comes spring admission, which is the one that comes May. So all these 3 phases of admission, the one that have the highest funding is usually the fall admission, which is what, the August September admission. Most of my students that have secured admission and scholarship came this August, September. It's usually August, September, because that's like closing of the year. So everybody that have funding want to give it out so that they can apply for more funding the subsequent year. So if you are saying, okay, if I don't go this fall, which is next year, because those that want to come in this September, I have someone coming in this September that was in my last coaching. The thing is this, their application was done last year. So if you want to come in next year, your application should be done this year. That's what some people don't know. You just don't jump into something and it materializes. The truth is what, you have to start first. That's the thing. When you start, then you will know your progress and see how you are progressing. If you are not progressing, you can ask questions, and that's why you have accountability group. And you say, okay, I am stuck somewhere here. Oh, please, who has passed this stage? Any guidance? That's why you are in a group. And that's what is going to help you. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask before we call it a day for today. Nadia, you've really been participatory. And Annette Joseph, I've not seen your question. I'm having 4 views. I'm seeing 4 people's eye. And if any of you do not have questions again, I think maybe. Oh, my paid coach. You say how much is a paid coach? But if you go to my, what are the description box of this my channel, I have a one-on-one session. If you click on it, you will see the price. Then I have a full coaching where I'm going to hold your hand from beginning to you land in the country of your choice. In fact, if you're applying to my own university, I will come and pick you from the airport the day you will land. Because my student that is coming in September 2nd, I'm the one picking her from the airport. So that's the way I do it. The prices are there when you go to my seller shop. I have a seller shop, which is when you look at my description box, you will see it. So that's that's where my price is, and I'll also put it in the description box of this video at the end when I'm posting this video. I'm going to put it in the description box. If you want my paid coaching, Nadia, for the way you are actually very active today, I may consider giving you a very big discount because I see you are really determined to get it. So that may be something we will have to discuss after this, because I want determined students, because I don't want people that will stress me. I want somebody that is ready to do it and to get it. I don't want somebody that will say, oh, am I going to write all this, and they drop. No, I will not gain anything by taking your money and you do not follow through. It's something you can do for yourself. I wouldn't mind giving you discount to see that you succeed. So we can discuss that, Nadia. So any other question? From any other person? I have 5 views here, so it's only Nadia that is attentive, that is really ready to ask questions. Okay, bye. I think we'll call it a day. Okay. Do I have your number to discuss further? Should I chat you via channel? No, you can't chat me via channel. You have my email. My email is public. Let me still drop it here. All communication are via email. I don't respond to chats, because if I do that, it's going to encroach into my family time. I have kids that I need to take care of. So I have time to check my email, and it's via email I say you should send that. Then if you send it via email, I will respond definitely. If you want me to review your SOP. So this is my email now. I've dropped my email in the comments. drchigozie9@gmail.com. So you can see my email is highlighted there. So if I want to, I'm pinning it. Yeah, I just pinned it. You can see it there. So you can, that's the email you can contact me with if you want me to guide you personally from beginning to end, because I don't like to slide though. Once you've paid me, it means you must complete the journey. You are not dropping out. So that I want you to know that too. So any other question? If anybody have any other question, let the person ask before we call it a day. So our tomorrow one, we're going to be starting tomorrow 8 o'clock on the dot as well, and I'm going to drop the link in the groups. So but tomorrow is going to be very, very extensive, because we are going to be digging deeper into what we had today was just like introducing it. Let me see how serious people are about it, because I know some people are not serious even with their own life. I know when I started this application before I came to Canada, I know how many people I started it with and how many people that dropped. I know many people are not very much determined about their life or even to do things. This my coaching is actually a 30 days coaching. These 2 days, if you apply yourself, you can succeed, yes. But the difference between these 2 days coaching and my paid coaching is that my paid coaching, you have sample documents for everything I've said. And in my paid coaching, you get IELTS waiver. So for some schools that will be asking you for IELTS, I will help you draft what you need to submit for IELTS, and also generate a certificate from one of the education boards in the nationwide, and send it to you so that you will submit that. That was what I used for my admission. That was what all my students have used for their own admission application, and they did not write IELTS. I didn't write IELTS. My students don't write IELTS. That's the advantage of going through the paid coaching. I can't offer such service free because I paid to have access to it. So in my paid coaching, you have sample, and I review all your documents, and it doesn't end there. Even when you are applying for every other thing to your visa, until I'm there to review your documents. I'm there to review. I am not an immigration consultant, but I work with an immigration consultant. So who will review all your documents and see that your application goes through. Most of my students are fresh passports, never traveled before, and they received their visa. So I'm not just, if you go back to my, I think 2 years ago, the immigration consultant I work with, you would have seen me. I did a live session with her that 2 years ago. So it's not, I've been working with her for some time. It's not just anyhow person. So this 2 days of is just like so that people will see my face, because a lot of people say they've not seen my face, they just see my video. Now you're seeing my face, I'm talking to you. I'm not a hidden person. Like like if you put my name on Google now, you will see my work everywhere. You will see my work in ResearchGate. You will see my website. You will see my name. I am not a hidden person. So when I am saying pay, it is because I know what I have to offer. But this peripheral knowledge of the free coaching is so that people will know that, okay, I have said this, you can actually try it, it will help you. But in the paid coaching, I give you sample documents, SOP, reference, uh, CV. Even though we're going to talk about your CV, we're going to talk about all those things tomorrow and how to differentiate between CV and resume in case they're asking you about CV or resume. We're going to talk about, discuss all that tomorrow extensively. So today is a working day. So I came back from work and started this. So my head needs some rest, but tomorrow is Saturday. So I will take time and dig deeper into everything we have for tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be longer. You need to block your time and be available for it with your pen and paper. And any question that came out from today's session, and you want to ask it tomorrow, what you will do is I will give some time to answer questions from today before I start tomorrow's teaching. So what you need to do is to come early tomorrow so that you'll be able to ask your question. If you were here, you will notice I started 8 p.m. Nigerian time on the dot. I keep to time. I don't know how to do African time. So please, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Nigerian time, be here. I'm going to take question maybe for the first 10, 15 minutes before I start tomorrow's session. And tomorrow's session is going to be what? Intensive, because we're going to be dealing with CV, we're going to be dealing with even some parts of SOP, we're going to be dealing with getting fee waivers, we're going to be dealing with many things that tomorrow, just like I said, today is laying the foundation. But if you did not watch today's zone, there is no way you can understand what we are doing tomorrow, because I am going to be building from today's zone. So that's the advantage of those that attended today will have against those that will attend tomorrow. Except maybe the person watched this one before joining us tomorrow. That's the advantage of it. It's not the seller link. Yeah, of course, the seller link is a paid link. You will need to pay and register for it. It's a paid link. My email is, if you want to email me about anything, which is what I have pinned here, you email me, which you're not paying anything to email me. But if you want a one-on-one section with me, you will need to register and you pay for it before, and they will send me a message to my email that so person paid, and I will know that, and I will get across to you so that we'll fix a Zoom meeting where we can take it up from there. That's that. Yes, the seller link is asking you to register. It's asking you to actually pay. It's not register. That's it. So any other question? So Nadia, you can send me an email. This is my email. Nadia, are you going for undergraduates or graduates? Are you going for master's, PhD, or you're going, because today is not for undergraduates. Today is for master's and PhD. Which one are you going for? Are you there? Okay, if that's not what you want to say publicly, you can send me an email and talk about that. I think we will have to call it a day today. So, did you get anything? If you got something, if you're watching me, I have 4 views now. If you're watching me and you got something from today's session, please just say, I got something in the comment. so that I will know that you got something. If you did not get anything, say I did not get anything. Yeah, yeah, but if you did not, just say you did not. If you got something here, like I'm wondering why I'm having three views and it's only Nadia that you see. Well, Nadia, this is going to help you to stand out. I am telling you. Norma, I got something. I'll email privately. Okay. This is the first time I'm seeing your message, Norma. So all the things I've been saying. Okay. Did anybody get anything? Norma said she got something. She emailed privately. Okay. So I hope we are free to call it a day today so that I can rest and prepare for your tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be quite extensive because we're going to dig deep into CV because one of the problems most people have, their CV is something else. I remember saying that I wanted to employ a virtual assistant and I told them to submit their CVs. By the time I went through five CVs, I got fed up. It was something else. I said, how did we get here? How come that there are many people that don't know how to do CV? Talk more of doing a standardized international CV. So we're going to dig deep into CV writing tomorrow. Okay, no problem. No problem, Nadia. If you can't, let me see if I can do that now to get the link and put there. I think I should be able to get the link for, I'll put the link for my one-on-one section. The link for my one-on-one section. Then the link, this is the link for one-on-one section here. One-on-one session. I think I've put it here. Okay. So I've put a link for my one-on-one session there, then link for admission and scholarship abroad. Let me bring that link so that you will see it. These are actually things that you will be happy you did. I'm telling you the truth because a lot of people give up before they even try, which is not a very good way to live. It's not a very good way to live to give up before you try. So now I'm dropping the link for my admission and scholarship abroad and understand that my coaching for admission and scholarship abroad, I'm dropping the link now. My coaching transits is until you land in the country of your choice. So I will coach you and work hand in hand with you until you have landed in the country of your choice. And if Canada or my province is your destination, trust me, I'll watch your back until you land. So that's for that. I think I've sent the two links. Nadia, if let me know if you're still having problem connecting to it. Try it and see if it's working. Let's see. If it's not working, let me know. So check it and see if it's working. If it's not working, let me know. I think we can actually call it a day today. And it was, Nadia, thank you for being very participatory. These are things that can actually make you stand out abroad. They look out for people that are very participatory, even when everybody is very dormant. this is something that can make you stand out from the crowd. It's a very good way to live. Then also they look out for people that are bold. And one thing I usually tell my students is this: when you have opportunity to be booked for an interview, once they book you for an interview, you have passed like 50%. That interview, make sure you are looking at them eyeball to eyeball. Back in Africa, they say when an elder is talking to you, you don't look at them eyeball to eyeball, that's like an insult. But abroad, they want you to be looking at them. They don't want you to be timid. So I usually tell my students, you may not be able to say whether you're looking at them eyeball to eyeball. So what will you do? You look at your camera, your phone or your computer camera. But like now, I'm looking at my computer camera. You can see it's like I'm looking at you. So it means you, by the time you're looking at your computer camera, you're looking at your interviewer. That's the way you are able to assess whether you're looking at the person and you're not being timid, because nobody really want to entrust so much money in the hands of somebody that is timid. You should be able to, when you are done with your research, tomorrow we are going to talk about research-based masters and thesis-based masters. Just tomorrow is packed. So I think we're even going to spend over 2 hours tomorrow with what we have for tomorrow. So get ready for tomorrow. I don't want to bug you with so much today, but we are building from what we have today for tomorrow. And we're going to start 8 o'clock on the dot so that we'll be able to finish. I just hope this helps. So Nadia, have you been able to go through it and see that it's working so that I can end this? Or if you go through it, you are still having issues with it, please send me an email. I hope this has helped somebody today to understand what you are up against. And see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Thank you. Bye.